Thierry Henry sends strong title warning to Arsenal after 6-0 victory over Sheffield United. And Arsenal legend Ian Wright has just revealed that he was impressed by one unbelievable thing a player from Arsenal is managing to do on the field. Stay with me until the end of the video to understand everything that's happening behind the scenes at the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Thierry Henry has sent Arsenal a stark warning in the Premier League title bid after their 6-0 win against Sheffield United. The Gunners extended their winning run in the league to 7 games as Arsenal once again scored 6 on the road, this time against Premier League cellar dwellers Sheffield United. With the best goal difference in the standings coupled with the best defense record, things are looking bright for Arsenal in their bid to win their first Premier League title since 2004. Yet speaking on Sky Sports last night, club legend Henry sent a warning to Arsenal that players and fans shouldn't be celebrating too much just yet with no silverware yet to be won. Indeed, Arsenal will need to keep this form up for another 2 months if they're to stand a chance at winning the Premier League title, and Mikel Arteta will want his side's mentality to be top-notch. Henry said on Arsenal's failing to win the title, "I'm pleased that discussion about Arsenal having to buy a striker in January, with everyone saying they must, but no, they must finish their chances. Are they going to go for a big striker in the summer? That is a different discussion. They were creating, they just were not putting the ball in the back of the net. The way they are playing at the minute is outstanding, but if I do not see you with the trophy in your hand at the end, then I cannot celebrate too much." Arsenal can revel in newfound underdog status. Injuries and pressure got the better of Arsenal last season in the close shave with the Premier League title, yet this year is a different story entirely. The Gunners find themselves third in the standings yet also the best performing club in the division, with Arsenal viewed by many as the outsiders for the Premier League title this year. And this new status could prove to be a blessing in disguise for the North London side, who have thrived in their bid to overtake Manchester City and Liverpool, who both play each other this weekend. Exceptional Arsenal star wants frank conversation as West Ham study transfer. Aaron Ramsdale has set a timeline to hold a very frank conversation with Arsenal about his transfer away from the Gunners, with West Ham United showing interest. The 25-year-old is set to return to Mikel Arteta's starting 11 for only the 6th Premier League game this season on Saturday. Arsenal host Brentford at Emirates Stadium in a 17:30 kickoff but will be without David Raya. The on-loan goalkeeper is ineligible to meet his parent team. Ramsdale had started the season as Arteta's No. 1 but he fell to the Gunners bench following the September international break. The England stopper has since only met Brentford in the top flight back in November. Raya has started all 22 fixtures available to him since his debut. Aaron Ramsdale will seek a very frank conversation with Arsenal after Euro 2024. Arteta decided to oust Ramsdale in favor of Raya despite Arsenal starting their season with 3 wins from 4 fixtures. He also showed unyielding confidence in Raya despite the 28-year-old's nervy start, emphasized by his extremely worrying work against Manchester City. Yet Ben Jacobs now reports that Ramsdale is still 100% focused on Arsenal and only them. His attention will only leave the Emirates this summer if he makes Gareth Southgate's team for England's Euro 2024 efforts. Ramsdale will also only consider his transfer after the Euros. Jacobs expects Ramsdale will lie a very frank conversation with Arsenal about his situation and any transfer after the Euros. The 4-cap stopper will want clarity on Arteta's plans next term. And if Arteta sticks with Raya, the Gunners are unlikely to stop Ramsdale from leaving. West Ham are tracking Aaron Ramsdale's situation in view of his summer transfer. Arsenal respect Ramsdale and will understand if he wants to secure a transfer to be the No. 1 at another club. He has so far only played 10 times this term ahead of his likely recall against Brentford on Saturday. Just 5 of his outings have also come during Premier League games. One of his outings also came as Arsenal beat Brentford 1-0 in the Carabao Cup in September, after which Arteta called Ramsdale exceptional. Now, his continuing place on the bench has West Ham considering a transfer, with 90 Minute reporting that the Irons are tracking Ramsdale. The Hammers are among a wealth of clubs to retain interest in Ramsdale, who may also get offers from abroad. Alphonse Areola has enjoyed a solid season at London Stadium. But the possibility of signing Ramsdale still appeals to West Ham, as he will prefer to stay in England. Arsenal legend Ian Wright left amazed by one unbelievable thing about Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been sensational for Arsenal this season. Since his arrival from West Ham United in the recent summer transfer window, the midfielder has had a huge impact at the Emirates Stadium. Broadcaster and Arsenal fan Piers Morgan has even credited Rice as being the club's best signing since Dennis Bergkamp. The 25-year-old produced yet another fine performance against Sheffield United last time out, as Mikel Arteta's side cruised to a 6-0 victory. Rice was able to get on the scoresheet, and was a threat in the final third throughout the match. With Jorginho occupying the England international's usual berth at the base of the midfield at Bramall Lane, Rice was freed up to play in a more advanced role. He was able to impress with his sharp movement and link-up play. Arteta has long been encouraging Rice to develop the attacking side of his game, and against the Blades the player was able to demonstrate how much of a threat he can pose to opposition defenses. Rice is now one of the 5 Arsenal players to have chipped in with at least 10 Premier League goal contributions already this season. Of course, his primary function in this Arsenal side, more often than not, is still to protect the back four. Due to his pace, stamina, and physicality, Rice is able to patrol vast swathes of the pitch, screening the defense, pressurizing opponents, and snuffing out emerging counterattacks. Ian Wright has been blown away by Rice's energy levels this season, and the fact that he is able to do so much of the defensive legwork in the middle of the park by himself. Speaking on his Wrighty's House podcast, the former striker said, "Declan Rice, and obviously his fitness. Again, it's an unbelievable signing for us. It is now vital for Arsenal that Rice is able to stay fit and in form for the rest of the season." Even though Jorginho has impressed in recent weeks, and Thomas Partey has now returned from his lengthy injury layoff, the former West Ham United man is still the key figure in Arteta's midfield contingent. If the North London club are to stand any chance of being crowned champions this season, then they will need the 48-cap England star on hand to provide steel to the spine of the team. Stan Kroenke, Arsenal's big boss, now compares himself to Sir Jim Ratcliffe after a £1.5 billion coup. Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke's net worth has edged out over Manchester United Sir Jim Ratcliffe in a new report. The American businessman is one of the richest figures in the Premier League world, with Kroenke being the majority owner of Arsenal since 2011, with KSE owning 90% of the club as of 2018. Kroenke's reign at Arsenal had largely been criticized by fans with little investment going into the club, yet things have changed greatly since the collapse of the European Super League, where Mikel Arteta has been backed greatly in the transfer market. Stan Kroenke's net worth is now higher than Sir Jim Ratcliffe's. And in a new report by Bloomberg, Kroenke's net worth is valued higher than Ratcliffe's, with the new United owner losing a reported £1.5 billion in the last year since adding the Red Devils to his catalogue. Indeed, it's been quite a 12 months for Kroenke's sporting assets, with Arsenal almost winning the Premier League as NBA franchise the Denver Nuggets won their first ever championship title. With the Gunners again on course to challenge for the Premier League as well as the UEFA Champions League, Kroenke's net worth could increase even more come this time next year. And as for Ratcliffe, such a huge investment into United could pay off if the Ineos owner can save this sinking ship, with the Red Devils needing some major work if they're to be restored to their former glory. Financial Shift shows how impressive Arsenal have become under KSE. After the collapse of the European Super League, not one Arsenal fan would have wanted the Kroenkes to stick around, with every support keen to see the American sell the club. Yet since 2021, KSE have taken every possible good step needed to restore their reputation and to give fans what they have always wanted from their billionaire owners: actual investment into Arsenal. And the results have spoken for themselves, with Arsenal involved in a second Premier League title race with Champions League qualification seemingly wrapped up already, with more spending expecting this summer. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.